Hey guys, my name is Matsumiyo, and today I want to talk about some issues that I have with Rainbow Six Siege that I really think could use some improving. These are problems that have kind of popped up recently, but also some that have been systemic issues that have been around for quite some time, and it's a little embarrassing that they haven't been fixed yet. And so first of all, hacking has become a serious issue on PC. Now, I don't want to go as far to say that it was as bad as it was before they implemented BattlEye. If you guys have been playing Siege for a long time and you've been here since the very beginning, you might remember there were many months before they implemented BattlEye where hacking was rampant. It feels like it was one of those moments where if they didn't resolve the issue back then, we would definitely not be at the place that we are right now, where the game continuously grows every single season. The game probably would have died. It was that bad. Now, once again, I don't think we're to that extent, but over this last couple of weeks, and especially feels like these last couple of days, hacking has gotten to the point where it is definitely detracting from the experience. I'm hearing from friends and also from big YouTubers as well that they're just not playing Siege anymore because of this very issue. When you have players that are literally teleporting in your spawn on offense and taking everyone out practically instantaneously, and then teleporting to the other side of the map to finish the rest of your team off within the first 10 seconds of a match, you know you have some problems. I think what's so concerning about all of this, though, is how blatant they are with their cheating. It's even to the point where people have started up basically services where they sell matchmaking to people who want to rank up. If you want to get to Diamond, they claim, well, just buy our service, we'll join your party, and then we'll cheat you all the way to Diamonds. Now, thankfully, Ubisoft has taken some steps to resolve this issue specifically. In their updated terms of service, if you are caught boosting, or if you're the one that's getting boosted and you're buying one of these services, your account can be banned. And I think that's fantastic. This absolutely needed to be done. But I think the reason why I'm so concerned by all of this is the fact that they are so blatant with their hacks means that it feels like they just aren't afraid of the anti-cheats. Now, this could be due in part because of a couple reasons. Maybe these players have a lot of disposable income and they don't mind buying an account every once in a while when they do get banned. But I think what it really just comes down to is that they're just not getting banned very often, and they can just basically do whatever they want for a really long time and enjoy their hacks because BattlEye just isn't doing the job that it needs to. Now, I don't want to sit here and claim like I have any idea how to create an amazing anti-cheat. I understand it's got to be very difficult to do so, but you would think that when someone is literally teleporting into the offensive team spawn and taking everyone out within the first 5 seconds, which shouldn't even be physically possible, that person should be banned very quickly after that, and that just doesn't seem to be the case. Now, one idea that people have brought up to try to resolve this issue is to simply have two-step authentication. If you needed to link your Ubisoft account with a cell phone number, then it's going to be a lot harder to hack consistently in the long term. Even though it might take a while for your first account to get banned, after that, you need to come up with another cell phone number if you want to play in ranked once again, because if you use that same cell phone number, you're going to be banned instantaneously. Now, this, of course, does come with its own problems. Believe it or not everyone has a phone number. Some people may not even want to link their number with their Ubisoft account, and also, this is something that hackers and cheaters can overcome. It's not a perfect system, but it would be one extra step, one extra barrier that they would have to leap over if they wanted to cheat in Rainbow Six Siege, which could be enough to reduce the amount significantly. All in all, though, I definitely think that Ubisoft needs to address this as soon as possible. Once again, I don't think it's as bad as it was when the game first released, but it is to the point where people are leaving because in a competitive game like this, you need to have a fair environment, and that isn't always the case. Another big issue we've been having to deal with for months now is the matchmaking system. There are some times where it feels like the game is doing everything it can to make sure that you can't play with friends. I've had moments where I won a game with 4 other buddies, we're back at the main lobby, I click on ranked once again to try to play, and then it states that not everyone is rank 20 and you can't play ranked. We literally just played ranked 2 seconds ago. How was this even a problem? Now, admittedly, this can be resolved fairly easily by the user by just simply having everyone log on out, come back on in, and reform the party. But one problem that is incredibly annoying with the matchmaking is that sometimes you'll join a queue, you'll be waiting for 5 minutes, you'll think, okay, maybe we should try re-queuing because sometimes that bugs out. I don't know why it bugs out, that's another problem. But then when you try to re-queue after that, it states that someone is already in a game. Once again, you try the tactic where everyone logs out, logs back on in, and sometimes that works, or then sometimes it says, oh, you were actually the person that was in a game, even though you weren't. Would you like to reconnect? You hit the reconnect button, nothing happens because of course you weren't in a game, and then you pretty much have a ranked penalty after that. How does this happen? It's so frustrating when that occurs. Like I said, it just seems like the game is doing everything it can to make sure that you just can't enjoy and play the game the way you want to. Now, that isn't the only issue I have with the matchmaking system. I realize that not everyone is going to agree with me on this one, and I also understand that I have no concrete basis to back up this claim, but it feels like the majority of the player base is stuck between high silver and gold. Everyone is within that region. It seems like the variance in skill from a low gold to a high gold is ridiculously high. I've gone against many Gold 1 players who were clearly new to the game. They were running around like they had no idea what they were doing, their aim wasn't all that great, but for some reason, maybe they got lucky on their placements, that's where they landed. Then you go against a Gold 4 player who would completely blow them out of the water. Why is there a copper and bronze and even low silver category if very few people are in those categories? I think one of the biggest contributing factors of this is that our rank resets every single season. Now, this might be where some people disagree with me, but I feel like our previous season ranked should have some influence on where we're placed next season. Because of those 10 placement matches, it seems like everyone is just plopped down into that gold and silver area. And so instead of just resetting it entirely, if you were diamonds, well, maybe just kind of bump up their level a little bit. Maybe they're more into the platinum category when they start their first 10 placement matches. If they were all the way down in bronze to begin with last season, well, maybe they shouldn't be put into gold at the very beginning of the next. Like, that just seems ridiculous. Now, one counter argument to this idea is that maybe this is just one tactic that Ubisoft is using to give people something to strive after and grind for. If you were diamond last season and you're gold now, well, you're gonna have to grind all the way back up to diamond, and it's gonna give you that satisfaction every single time that you ranked up. To me, though, that system just sounds like a recipe for disaster. Wouldn't it make more sense to have people that are around the same skill level going against each other? Because if someone's legitimately gold, that's where they deserve to be, but they're paired with someone who was diamond at the beginning of a season, they're gonna get absolutely destroyed. So yeah, that diamond has something to strive after. They won the game because they're clearly better, but that gold player got destroyed by that, which isn't the most enjoyable experience. Overall, though, at least based off of my experience, something needs to be done to matchmaking. I don't know if my suggestion is a good one. Maybe they just simply need to have more ranks so that people are more spread out. There's more ranks to go through so that it's a better indication of their player's skill. But I really feel like matchmaking could use some improving. And then finally, we have the toxicity issue. I don't want Rainbow Six Siege to get to the point where it's associated with this negativity, and I feel like it's already kind of there to some extent, especially on console. Now, I don't have first-hand experience, but from what I've heard, console casual can be a nightmare, especially if you're a newer player. One suggestion that people have brought up to try to solve this problem is to have a forgive and punish system. If you're someone who TKs on purpose frequently, then a system will be in place where someone can either forgive or punish you, and if you get flagged constantly by this, then that will indicate to Ubisoft to check out your account a lot faster than normal, and then maybe your account will get suspended for a couple of weeks or just flat out banned if you do it too frequently. That could be one way they handle it. Admittedly, you would assume that the system that we already have in place already sort of functions like that, though. There is a report for toxicity button, and so while yes, maybe having a quick prompt that lets you know as soon as it happens, hey, should I forgive or punish them, you can already go on in and report them, and if everyone in your team reports them, you would assume that that would be even better than having this new functionality because it's kind of already the way that it works. And so all in all, I'm really not sure what Ubisoft could do to try to resolve the toxicity. They could add in a commendation system where if you're a good player, at the end of a match, people can commendate you and give you renown, so that incentivizes people to not be toxic. That could be one way of handling it. But it could just all be Band-Aid fixes to more a systemic problem, which really just comes down to the community itself. I really don't know, but I would hope that Ubisoft is aware of this and trying to take some steps in the future to try to minimize it as much as possible. Yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I fully understand that all of these are very complex and difficult issues for Ubisoft to resolve. I'm not expecting them just to be able to snap their finger and everything is going to be perfect by tomorrow. Like, I get that. But I did want to bring them up because I think a lot of people are getting frustrated by a lot of these issues. Let me know what you thought about what we discussed in today's video, though. Are there some large problems that you think that need to be addressed that I didn't talk about? Let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, guys, until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.